Welcome everyone to MS Ignite. I'm Sindhura, a diversity change maker at Microsoft, and my co-host Tamarai and I are very excited to bring you conversations on D&I with APAC developer communities. Joining Tamarai and I are our special guests from the developer communities we work with in APAC. Let me introduce our first guest, Angela Kim. Angela is the head of analytics and AI at Teachers Health Fund and Chief Education Officer, Women in AI. We're also fortunate to have as our guest, Eric Koo, Executive Director of our skilling partner, Itrain Asia. Welcome, everyone. Let me set some context on the case for diversity in developer communities. According to the World Economic Forum, the Global Gender Report for 2020, it's estimated that it will take close to 72 years to close the gender gap in South Asia. Women are underrepresented in emerging technology roles, especially in cloud and AI. They're also among the hardest hit by the global pandemic and are at risk of losing their jobs. That's why it's important to ensure that there's access to opportunities for women through digital skilling and connected communities, such as the developer communities. Doing nothing is not an option. That is why we launched Code Without Barriers in APAC on the 30th of September. This program was conceptualized based on feedback from the developer communities that we work with to address the need for greater diversity, enable more women to both take up careers in STEM and to grow as leaders in technology, because that in turn is what will build more resilient and inclusive economies. Our developer and community partners asked Microsoft to lead on this, and so we did. And I'm very proud about this program. What to expect from Code Without Barriers? Microsoft and 13 companies across 9 Asia-Pacific countries committed to Code Without Barriers. They will offer cloud skills training, technical certifications, networking, mentorship and employment opportunities, and host career fairs and hackathons, and provide support to women and female developers, creators, and tech entrepreneurs across more than 21 developer communities. In the later part of this session, Tamarai will share more details on the skilling program and the impact we've landed there. We strongly believe innovation, entrepreneurs, creators, and developers need to reflect society. We aim to help close the gender gap in the region's fastest growing cloud, artificial intelligence, and digital technology sectors. We also want to provide a platform for female developers, coders, and technical talent to contribute towards inclusive economic growth. With that, let me turn to our first guest, Angela Kim, who's a champion of D&I in the developer communities.
Thank you, Shindra. Pleasure to be here.
Angela, again, thank you so much for joining us. As someone who's worked very closely with the Code Without Barriers program, I'd love to hear from you how you think this program benefits women.
Thank you so much, Shindra. All the statement, your kind intro, I resonate with my passion and with my heart. So I'm really, as you can see that, I'm very passionate about this, especially, really cause and Code Without Barrier really provide a platform and ecosystem where more females come together with one, united mind. We want to really empower more females, and especially in tech and AI. And I'm so glad to see that Microsoft is actually leading this initiative with a lot of different corporates who share the same vision and purpose. So from Women in AI, we've been working with Microsoft quite a long time. In the last 5 years, consistently, we've been discussing and we've been co-hosting the event. And we try to understand what females actually really want and how we can really help them to get up to speed so that more females get into this tech area. The sad thing is in the past 5 years, only 14% of still machine learning engineers. That explains a lot. And I believe by launching this program, announcing and really promoting the opportunity exists and bring more females, and then bring all these different ages, generations, females, where they are in the beginning of their career, in the middle of the career, or senior leaders, bring them together, share their experience, and try to help each other, and try to really encourage how we can really work together to really achieve, overcome the gender bias and also gender inequality in technology sector. So thank you again for this opportunity, Shindra.
No, thank you, Angela. That was a great point. And I think what better than the communities that we have within the developer, world. And it's great to see that you're championing that. So thank you, actually. You talked about the developer communities and some of the trends you've seen. I'd love to kind of click down on that. What are some of the trends and even signals that you're seeing in developer communities around diversity and inclusion, especially? Is there anything specific that jumps out?
Well, thank you. Thanks, Sindra. Thanks for highlighting that point. I'm really actually pleased to see that, AI and technology really resurfaced the problem, inherent problem in the bias and inequality, whether it's gender or sometimes, the demographic, all different cohorts of, people in the community. And it really surfaced up. We need to consider broader community, because technology is not for technology. Technology is to help and empower people to do better job so that we can all thrive in this digital economy. And I can see that because Microsoft, for example, leading this kind of an amazing initiative, really voices to the even younger students at university. So technology is not optional anymore, and really try to remove the myth about females not really good at technology, which is not true. And even in technology, there are so many different areas, and also this kind of really initiative gives them opportunity to think and become more brave, and try to really come together and participate all this event. And from my personal experience with Microsoft collaboration in the past 2 years, we approached university students and females only and bring them into Azure 101, Power BI 101, all these the workshops. And in the beginning, the students are very timid and they're not confident. But fast forward after 12 months, you can see they become so confident and they realize they're more digital literate. And they are also willing to share the testimony with the broader the colleagues and peer students, which is really positive news. So that I can see that great impact this amazing initiative can bring in the future. I'm so looking forward to it.
Great, thank you. I think I was looking you up, Angela, on LinkedIn, and that quote that you said about technology is people. That brought me back to Satya Nadella's quote on the fact that technology is ubiquitous, so it's everywhere. It's not for technology and tech folks alone. And I also read another post from you where you're saying in Thailand, or one of your colleagues was saying in Thailand, there's more mathematicians and scientists, but why aren't there enough, women in AI? And if they can do math and science, why not coding and technology? So that totally reflects. And I love your point about being brave and bold. And so, Angela, what is it? I think you mentioned those two words, being brave and bold. What is it that you wish women would do differently to make more inroads in tech?
Well, I love this question because as you can see that, I feel like I'm really fortunate to be in this place where I can really share my knowledge and also, try to see the opportunity how we can bring more females, right? So I can see that, the part we are going is luckily, the good part is more generations becoming more digital literate, which removes the barrier of bit of scared and overwhelming feelings, right? So I think all this really consistent event happening. For example, in March we did the International Women's Day celebration datathon partnered with Microsoft, and we did it for APAC region. And again in APAC the region, some countries are more technology advanced, some countries are less advanced. But the good thing is by bringing all different teams, different, members, the female, technologists, in different regions and try to help. If you need help, I'll support you. and try to really, really show that if you need help, there are people who can actually support you, and you can really advance your career in technology. And also remember, there are so many different streams of the work areas. You don't have to be just 100% coders. And also a lot of coding becomes automated as well. So showing that, demonstrating that, and sharing the story makes people to understand, and more females to really get into this area and try and have a go at it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think just each one of us saying, hey, we can make a difference, and supporting each other in this. I mean, I make a conscious effort to encourage girls in STEM, and that's my purpose actually in life, as someone with a computer science background. And so I'm very passionate about it, and any opportunity I get, I always encourage. And I have a 12-year-old, so it's very personal for me in that sense. So if each one of us just picks up the phone, talks, whatever, has a 10-minute session, and if it can motivate somebody. And that's why I'm very passionate about Code Without Barriers, because it provides that support platform and for leaders to step up, and for women in developer communities to kind of, break out of the mold or whatever inhibitions they may be having. So thank you for sharing that. Really appreciate it. Angela, is there anything you want to leave the folks listening today? They're all very energized about technology. Is there anything you want to leave the folks with?
Well, thanks, Cindra. I can really sense your passion and genuine concern about this. And, again, I feel so grateful to be, surrounded by these, amazing, wonderful women, and also male champions who's willing to support us in the journey. Well, the final note I'd like to share is, look around, and there are 10 years old girls, right? And you don't want them to become adult 10 years fast forward, and they still talk about this code without barriers or gender inequality issues. We don't want them to talk about this diversity and inclusive, all these, different initiatives, because they should become norm. They should be really normal, that the world is really equal and the technology is serving everyone, whether you are, low socioeconomic area or different areas or different regions or different background and different capability, physically and emotionally, so that we can really confidently say that we are really working together using technology to really empower community and citizens. And I can see that with this amazing initiative, the future is bright. And I can see that 10 years after, the girls turn 20 and they don't have to speak about the same issues anymore. And I'd love to see that.
Thank you so much, Angela, for painting that wonderful, wonderful future where diversity is no longer a topic, it's the norm, and how each one of us can contribute towards it by being there and supporting each other, and getting more women into technology roles, and how we can continue to do that. So let's see some opportunities, because doing nothing is not an option anymore for all of our listeners out there and viewers. With that, thank you again. And I will hand over to Tamarai to kick off the next part of our conversation. Over to you, Tamarai.
Thank you, Sandura and Angela, for the insightful conversation. I'm really excited to talk about skilling in the Code Without Barriers context, and delighted to be talking to Eric from Itrain Asia, our skilling partner. According to a recent research by the World Economic Forum and LinkedIn, only 22% of jobs in artificial intelligence are held by women, with even fewer holding senior roles. There's no doubt AI will reshape every aspect of our lives in the coming years, from healthcare to finance, education to government. Jennifer Chase, one of our senior leaders from Microsoft Research, says in order to get a more diverse workforce in AI, we need to increase the pipeline, hire more women and minorities into AI positions, and create an environment that gives them opportunities to thrive so that we can retain them. It's therefore our endeavor within the Code Without Barriers program to offer a platform to skill up women in AI technologies to be able to play a vibrant role in emerging AI technology development in the future. So, what are we doing for skilling within the Code Without Barriers program? We offer programs to help in driving awareness, advocacy, influence, thought leadership for women in tech through community engagement, leading to the next step of skilling. We are providing access to opportunities and technology through digital skilling and connected communities, two leading AI certifications which we offer on our Azure cloud called the AI 900 and the AI 102 trainings and certification programs. So this is offered through our training partner, Itrain. And we are talking about AI 102, which is Microsoft certification on designing and implementing Microsoft Azure AI solution, while AI 900 is our AI fundamental certification. We believe technical certifications can greatly enhance employability with partners, be it job shadowing, internship, mentorship, or even create job opportunities and helping with diversified hiring. What have we done for skilling within the Code Without Barriers program so far? So if you look back, we piloted 18 Women in AI certification programs across 8 APAC markets in the last 7 months, training more than 480 women and certifying 203 developers. The training is sponsored by Microsoft and is free of charge for women who want to certify and implement AI solutions in their work or daily life. We continue to offer these trainings and certifications, and we encourage you to take advantage of these trainings as we have plans to train at least 1,000 women this year.
Microsoft Azure Women in AI program, a fully sponsored one-day instructor-led online training for women in Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, South Korea, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and Vietnam, organized by Itrain Asia. As part of the Code Without Barriers program, Microsoft Azure Women in AI program since March has gathered more than 1,300 registrants, 600 students have been trained, and 270 students have been certified. So what's in it for the participant? They receive vast knowledge on artificial intelligence, an ability to identify Microsoft Azure services, a career growth as Azure data scientists or engineers, a Microsoft certification badge, and validated. By joining the program, the registrants are not only bridging the gender gap in AI, but they're also planting a greener future. Every student who gets certified receives a digital tree planted somewhere in the world that makes the world a greener place. One of our past students who got certified, Lahini from Sri Lanka, shares that she was really enthusiastic about AI and she wanted to get involved with the program and gain new skills. Her favorite part was a hands-on machine learning session where she got the chance to work with the Azure Machine Learning Studio and training a regression model. Her advice for girls is don't think twice. If you have a passion towards AI and cloud computing, just bump it into it and do it. Another student, Ms. Bea from Philippines, shares that what motivated for her to participate in the Women in AI program was a chance to be upskilled in the rising trend of AI. She has developed a deeper appreciation for AI, and it's comforting to know that big companies like Microsoft are taking steps to be responsible in emerging technologies that they are engaging in. And her suggestion is to keep learning, keep exploring new trends, and that women are just as capable. None of this would have been possible without our amazing trainers, Mr. Ranganathan, Ms. Drizzle, Ms. Priyanka, Mr. Dinesh, Mr. Jayasak, Mr. Luyan, and me, the coordinator of the session, Elizabeth. And our supporting partners who helped to spread the message about the Women in AI program.
Now, I'm happy to introduce once again our skilling partner, Itrain, represented by Eric Ko. In this section, we will focus on our upcoming quarters, the skilling plans, the current program momentum, what we've seen, and the feedback from the women on the skilling program. I'm really keen to hear Eric's views in terms of his experiences and what he's been listening to the voice of the women from the ground. Firstly, Eric, welcome. And could you tell us about Itrain and the skilling partnership journey you've had with Microsoft so far?
Thanks, Tamarai. First of all, we are very happy to work with Microsoft for this great initiative. We are a organizations actually, our organization is actually established since 2005, right? We always in the digital talent developments in Asia. And from these few months for us to work with this program with Microsoft, right? I'm actually happy to see many women from universities students to corporate top executive come forward to join this program. And as we always say, right, you don't know what you don't know, right? This program actually allow us to understand what the women trying to do and give them the tools to build the future and to build the things they want to build in order to solve the world desperate problem. We actually created a chat group for each of the classes. And I noticed many of them start networking even before the class started, and to exchange ideas on why they want to learn AI and how it can possibly helping their life, work, and community. One thing I noticed is by keeping the chat groups after the class, right, it actually achieve continuous learning via peer learning, which the students are interact with each other to attain a further learning goal. And they always motivate each other in the chat group and to celebrate everyone or anyone who actually passed the certification exam. And it also encourage and also motivate and support each other to take the exam. So this is something fantastic that we see.
That's awesome to hear. You're creating your own, communities and, keeping in spirit with the Code Without Barriers larger mission. It's very heartening to hear, and I'm really glad that the women are connecting even after completion of the programs. So great sharing, Eric. So I'll move on to the next question. So how do you think skilling and certification plays a role in shaping careers of women? I've seen your profile where you are, passionate about training, starting from children to young adults, all the way to, adults and so on. So how do you think, especially the skilling and certification, the role in shaping women? So that's what I wanted to hear from you.
Let me answer these questions by sharing one of our participant quotes, right? She actually mentioned it's like nothing is impossible if you are given the opportunity. You just need to add on courage and teamwork, and everything can happen. As such, I can see this skilling and certification program is actually building the self-confidence of the women to realize their potential in contributing to their work and career. So this is some things that like we see it actually benefits the woman a lot. And a lot of times what we see the difference is like because we are involved in the training and certifications for the last 16 years. Most of the times it's like we see the tech industry is dominant by men. And many of the times women will think that like this is not something they are good in. And there will be kind of not confidence to actually contribute to their works as well as the industry. But after these programs, we actually see many of the women now are coming up. They are actually very confident to actually build the solutions, and they can see they are capable to do it. And then this is something that what we can see. So they can be part of the contributions, and they can be part of the workforce for the industry, especially in this tech world.
Got it. So I think, you're creating a nurturing platform to build the confidence of these women to be able to go on to deliver their projects and so on. So that's really great to know, and good to hear about your views on the skilling portion. So the next question is, what are some of the aspirations of these women who are getting certified? So what are you hearing from them?
Well, it's a lot of good news. A lot of things is happening. As I mentioned earlier, it's like we keep the chat groups after the classes. I see all the things they are sharing and what they have done, and they all celebrate together when someone has achieved some things. But in overall, I can categorize into the three main goals, right? Why this woman attending this program and get certified. One of them, of course, is like some of the corporate executives, they are looking into improve the business productivity and efficiency via automations. So AI is one of the way which is can improve or can contribute to that, right? So this is quite common, right, for this working professional. And the other one is like they have an idea of like how to make better decisions, right, using AI in data analytics. And this one, it could be for any industry, right? It could be for retails, manufacture, R&D, educations, and other than this financial industry. So this is something is like we see many of them build a little solutions to improve that. And last but not least, something which is very exciting. Some of them is thinking of like how do they use what they learn to actually helping their kids to overcome the learning challenge, right? By using the AI concept like NLP and computer visions. So this thing is something that we see they other than like trying to contribute to their works as well as to the industry. And they're also actually looking into like how AI can help those people who need, right? Or those things which is like they are able to make people to live better, right? And let people to learn better as well. So I think this is something that we see very exciting. And because of that, right, we are actually continues to work with Microsoft, and thanks to Microsoft to continue to sponsor this program, we are actually trying to upskill this woman further to be a Microsoft Azure AI Engineer Associate, so that we can give them the full ability to build all the AI solutions that they want for their respective goal. And this is something very, really exciting. Thank you.
This is really exciting to hear. The women applying what they've learned to industries to solve their business problems, and also extending it to how they can solve it for their kids. I think it can't get better than this. So really great to hear that. And I recall you mentioning earlier, technology alone will not improve education. It's how best you can make use of it, right? And that is where, Code Without Barriers is also enabling future internships, mentorships through our partners for the trained women to put what they have learned to use. I think it's all kind of coming together with this, with the vision of what we have for Code Without Barriers. So thank you so much for the conversation so far, Eric. It was really exciting to hear your views, and continue to look forward to the partnership ahead. So thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you, Tamara.
Meanwhile, if you as the audience want to be a part of this exciting journey with us, here are the next steps you can look forward to. You can visit our Code Without Barriers website, explore inspirational stories of dev community members, be updated on the latest in the program, and much more. If you wish to be a part of the trainings, we have them covered. We are offering trainings in partnership with Itrain, free of charge, covering both AI 900 as well as the AI 102 advanced certifications. You can visit the Microsoft Cloud Skills Challenge website and complete the 30-day challenges to equip yourself with the various latest Microsoft Cloud technologies. And finally, if you are a technology community leader and you want your community to be a part of Code Without Barriers, reach us on this email address, reachcwb@microsoft.com. You can also subscribe to the Developer Source newsletter. The details over here. Hope to see many of you joining us on the Code Without Barriers mission. We enjoyed having this conversation with the community leaders, Angela, as well as Eric. Sindhura and I really had a great time today. And thank you to all of you for joining us today. Thanks once again.